And Tyreek Hill, he's wide receiver 1, and he has been for a while. I've been on this train since last year, even when Justin Jefferson was cooking. Tyreek Hill is the best receiver in the NFL. I'm standing on that.
All right, maybe Devontae Adams, but.
And then since we have the biggest Packer fan here, we have to talk about the impressive 18-point comeback that Jordan Love and crew whipped up against the Saints. They were 2-0 with a big reason being their stout defense. Caitlin, what stands out to you the most about this new-look Packers team?
Well, first of all, thank you for that accolade, the best or biggest Packers fan, but I'll take either. This was an impressive game. I mean, a 17-0 comeback doesn't happen often, and that was the biggest fourth-quarter comeback in Packers franchise history. And considering the Packers are basically the history of football, it's been a long time. And I was loving what Matt LaFleur had cooking. Speaking of cooking,
Yes.
this is a whole new look offense. I mean, we had our nickel back, Keyshawn Nixon in the running back position. We had Emmanuel Wilson, Patrick Taylor, A.J. Dillon all getting touches on running back position. We had 8 players with receiving targets, and LaFleur was bold. We went for 3 fourth downs, converted 1, but we also got a 2-point conversion. The killer, though, penalties. 90 yards, that's just simply not going to get us by. I mean, we got a saving grace with a missed field goal, but that's not going to get us by. We have to play clean football, especially we're taking on the Lions now. Every play matters. And Packers defense, Rashawn Gary definitely led the way. That Packers D-line is looking scary. 4 sacks this game, and I'm looking for more this week. And biggest factor tonight, Aaron Jones is returning, and Christian Watson is making his 2023 NFL debut. So I am very excited. Romeo Doubs, arguably, I think, is wide receiver 1 on the Packers. But Christian Watson, I've missed him. And I'm really excited. This is going to be such a good divisional game. And there's a lot riding on this one. You want to shoot your shot, or you got any opinions?
I'd be lying if I said I was the biggest Taylor Swift fan. I'm not the biggest fan of the music.
It's okay.
But yeah, it's interesting to see a whole new audience being brought to football. I think that's a net positive for everybody. I know the Chiefs sold, 1 billion tickets and 1 billion jerseys,
Travis
the
Kelce,
day of.
400% increase in jersey sales.
That's
Swift effect.
Insane.
She's powerful.
Incredible.
Insane.
And I never thought I'd see the day a good majority of the Chiefs' kingdom is Swifties. So I love it for the NFL. It's definitely huge for their brand, and they've been posting it everywhere. I mean, if I had $1 for every time an announcer mentioned a Taylor Swift song this weekend, I'd be rich. Why do you need Caleb Williams when you have Josh Dobbs?
Yeah, exactly.
But no, seriously, seeing him, I saw a picture of him with his own jersey, and as a Vols fan, that was very emotional. I was like, oh, he deserves that so much. He's worked so hard.
It just always makes me feel good seeing another Vol do good in the NFL, especially Josh Dobbs, who played for the Titans in that last game against the Jaguars, and he deserved that win. And now he finally, and now he finally has that win under his belt, and he's had such a long journey. And now to see it actually happen, I'm so happy for him.
Seems like such a small thing, but it's huge.
Yes. Yes. And then, Caitlin, we got to talk about all of this Jets drama going on. Trevor Siemian coming in, Zach Wilson not playing well, and players like Sauce Gardner and Michael Carter getting mad. What do you think is the problem in New York?
Everything? Is that an option? No, this is horrible. And I'm going to put 5 words to describe the problem. Zach Wilson is not him. I think everyone knows that at this point. We're talking 467 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions in his 3 games this season. 2 things. Number 1, don't want interceptions to be higher than touchdowns. And number 2, how do you not have at least 3 touchdowns? We're not averaging 1 touchdown a game. That's kind of crazy to me. And this was just madness. I think everyone on TV felt it. Sauce Gardner ripping on Wilson, deserved. But then you have Michael Carter yelling at his own running back coach. And if you're yelling at your staff, where's the composure here? And Aaron Rodgers touched on that. He's like, y'all need to mature, grow up, stop pointing fingers. But I think we all know where the finger's pointed in this one. And then off the field, you mentioned Trevor Siemian. Colin Kaepernick wrote a letter electing himself to be signed to their practice squad, calling himself an elite quarterback. Bold move. He's really trying to get any opportunity he can. I mean, he's a dog, but I think his time, I think we can all say it is past now.
He hasn't played since when? I can't even remember the time.
No, and at that point, get an NFL.
Just retire.
Yes, and get someone in the draft. Stop worrying about Colin Kaepernick. But, I mean, I think we can all agree it's pretty reasonable. I mean, they went from the promise, especially Garrett Wilson. You have Aaron Rodgers throwing you dimes this season. And now you got Zach Wilson not even hitting your own team. So it's disappointing. I see the frustration 100%.
Yeah, this is like a victory lap for me. I've been anti-Zach Wilson since the day they drafted him. This is a major victory lap for me. I'm so happy to see this happening.
Not Zach Wilson's biggest fan. Understandable.
To see him finally get out of Portland.
Thank
God.
Thank goodness.
We all wanted to see it happen. We wanted Dame to run from the grind, and he finally did. Went to the Bucks. Finally got a superstar teammate to team up with, and can finally possibly compete for a ring. I hope he gets it. It's what he's been building up his whole career for. And as a Dame fan, I mean, when I tell you I fell to my knees and just about cried tears of joy when I read the news. That was the mood in my apartment when I read.
Hey, same here. I'm a happy camper right now. My teams are going insane. And speaking, Dame really wants a ring. So does Giannis. There were so many whispers and speculations about, will Giannis stay in Milwaukee? He wants the ring. If he doesn't get it, he could be gone. And now I'm seeing talks about a max extension, 3 years, and I am feeling great. But I would be lying if I was saying I'm not going to miss Drew Holiday. He was a huge factor, not only on our offense, on the three-point line, but on our defense. So I definitely feel like his presence will be felt, his lack thereof.
Right.
And it also hurts because he said the day before about how bad he wants to be a Buck. He is in his heart, and he wants to be for the rest of his life. But on a positive note, Adrian Griffin, I love how he comes in and he's making big money moves. I like to see that. I'm going Bucks all the way right now. Bucks and 6. And
Calling a shot.
Bucks and 4. We could shoot even bigger.
Okay.
Maybe.
Calling a shot.
And it is no surprise that I'm not alone in that. The Bucks shot from a plus 850 favorite to plus 375. So we are feeling good in the 414.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to this week's segment of Rocky Talk. That's all we have for you today. Now we're going to hand it to Brendan for the outro.